Welcome back to the studio, Matt. I am super excited for us to cover our next segment, which we will talk about transporting cars. And I personally never even imagined that this could be a very complicated process to move cars in and out of state. And every single one that I spoke to, and I told them that we will have this beautiful, amazing company joining us for our next podcast recording, they got super excited. So you definitely will have a lot of fans that probably looking to move in and out of state, and probably some of them looking to transport their cars, just small minivan or just small SUV. A lot of our clients moving with children, so most likely will be like only one vehicle. But I also was very surprised when you told me that there is many different options of moving the vehicle, like exposed, widely open on the truck, just like when we drive around the highways, we see some trucks being like not covered and transported, just tied in, and you just look at them and you say, wow, is this truck really going to make all these cars get to their destination safe? And some of them, as far as the options you mentioned, in-van option. So let's dive into all different options and let's talk about, like different opportunities that people trying to transport their vehicles from New York to other states. And what were the most interesting and unique cars that you ever moved?
Sure. So yes, like you said, one of the things that we offer, one of the additional services is car transport, right? And we offer with that the same things that we offer with our household goods, which is same driver at origin and destination. The truck that picks you up is the truck that delivers you. And we offer a baseline of 40,000 of coverage with no deductible up to whatever amount you want, right? There are a number of different options for transporting cars. So based on the year, make, and model of the car, which we gather when we meet with the customer, we can generate a quote, right? And like you said, a lot of people don't know that there are so many different options. So two of the options that we offer are enclosed, which is in-van service, right? Where you wouldn't see the cars on the highway because they're inside of a tractor trailer, right? So people want to do this typically with higher value cars or antique specialty cars because it's not exposed to any kind of element, or just people that love their car in general, right? We offer the in-van service option. And then we offer the regular exposed option, right? Which is, like you said, we're driving down the highway. We see a car carrier. There's cars slanted, like this all over it. And rest assured, they are safe on there. They are tied down. And again, with any shipment that we do, it does include full insurance if that is something that you're worried about. We can transport anything, right? So whether it's an SUV, a large Suburban, a small car, an antique car, a specialty car, an inoperable car, we can handle it, right? And we were talking before, I showed you a picture. Just before we came here, I have a customer. One of his hobbies is working on cars. So he had just the shell, essentially, of a Mustang with the engine and the transmission. And he wants to transport it. It has no wheels. It's on a dolly. And that's something that we can offer as well. Cars are moved separately from household goods, right? So we cannot put a car on the same truck as your sofa or your bed. So it's exclusively a car carrier, whether it's in-van service or it's exposed, and it does not go with the household goods. We give in-person estimates for all these. When our driver arrives, we do same thing as we do with the household goods. We do a full inspection of the car. So I don't know if you've ever gotten a rental car, but you do a rental car, they do the walk around, they note if there's any nicks or damage or anything like that. We do the same thing. We do that at pickup, and then we do it again at destination. Similar to the household goods, there is a delivery window. So that's something that a lot of people don't know. They think we pick up the car and it's delivered to Florida 2 days later, right? That is not the case. So in an effort to make it more efficient and cost-effective for the customer, it goes on the car carrier with a number of different other customers all going generally to the same place, and that gives us a delivery window, right? So it could take 4 to 10 days for us to deliver the vehicle. Just like with our household goods, we keep you informed throughout the entire process. We communicate with you. We give you 72 hours minimum notice of the exact day your car is going to be delivered. And similar to all of our other services, we can bring cars from any state to any state. Some people want their car, some people don't. So we always make sure to ask, right? Some people, their families, they're moving with their kids. Their kids are of driving age. They may have 5 cars. They're not going to drive all of them down. They may take 2. What we see a lot of is people that have pets, right? And in the folder that we give customers, there's a whole brochure about tips for moving with pets. they're going to drive down, right? They don't want to deal with flying or putting their dog or cat or animal under a plane. So they're going to drive one car down. Most families have more than one car, right? So what do you do with the other car? You bring it to us, we take care of it. And it's all kept with one company, right? So it's super convenient, right? You're not dealing with all these different companies. You're getting the binding price, which is not going to change. And you're dealing with one office that's informing you of where are my household goods and where is my car and when is it going to be delivered.
Well, that's awesome, Matt. What is the estimated expense on transporting a vehicle?
So car prices are similar to household good prices where it's based on when you're going, what time of year, right? So typically it is cheaper to move cars or houses in the winter versus the summer. We run hand in hand with your business, right? It's busy. People show their homes more often in the summer. Um, it depends on the size of the car, so we base it on weight, just like with the household goods, and where you're going, right? So if you're going 500 miles to North Carolina, it's going to be much cheaper to send the same car than going to California, which is 2,800 miles. I would say the average price for the average midsize car is probably going to be anywhere from $1,200 to $1,600 for exposed, and if you want in-van service, probably anywhere from 16 to 2,000. Again, just taking an average mileage of 1,500 miles, right? Texas, something like that. But that can go up or down based on if you're going closer, if you're going farther away, and if you want the enclosed or the in-van or the exposed.
So, from my experience personally with you, Matt, it looks like you always look out for the best interest of your client. So, if I were to, for example, move and I would ask your honest opinion about what I should do with my car, right? Because most of the time we lease our vehicles and they are mostly new. So, it's probably more expensive to transport a vehicle that is a newer version versus an older vehicle. And also, like as far as the weight, you mentioned that it all goes based on the weight. But how do you determine the best idea for a client to transport the car?
So it's funny because similar to with our household goods option, I always try and take the customer's best interest into consideration, right? We are not here to get every penny out of the customer. We want you to have a good move. We want you to be happy. We want you to feel that it was fair, and we want you to tell all your friends about it, right? And that's how we've grown so much over the time that we've been around. Personally, so what I do is I get a feel from the customer of how important is this car to them, right? If I go into the garage and they have the rubber mats on the floor and it's a guy that works on his cars and he loves his car, I give him the enclosed option. Me personally, I would do the exposed just because I know that I have the insurance just in case, right? What would the reason be to do the in-van? The in-van would be because I'm worried about something happening while it's exposed, right? Whether it's the elements or things on the road, whatever it is. With the exposed, we do give you the full insurance, which covers any kind of nicks or damages. So I would say do it exposed. That's fine. You're still going to get a high standard of service. Typically we don't experience damage when it's exposed. So that's what I recommend to customers. But, it varies on whatever the customer's needs and wants are, right? But me personally, that's what I would do.
Beautiful, beautiful. What was your least expensive vehicle that people were willing to transport into different states and most expensive vehicle? And what's your experience like working with some fun, interesting models?
So I have people that have moved. I've moved the 1991 Honda Civic. There wasn't anything particularly special about it to California. The customer was his childhood car, and he didn't want to part with it. And he even said to me, he said, the cost for transporting it is more than it's worth, but I don't want to give the car up. So we've done that. And then we've done amazing high-end, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. We typically do those in-van service and everything in between, right? We do antique cars, which antique cars are traditionally much heavier, right? They're older. They're not as fast. Now cars are so light and so fast. So we've done antique cars, specialty cars, collectors, guys that drive Corvettes, they love their Corvettes, right? Corvette guys are Corvette guys. We actually have one that works with us. So, we've seen it all.
Nice. Well, Matt, this is such very interesting topic that we just covered today. I know that a lot of my clients that moving out of state probably would be very interested to watch this video and to get a better understanding in depth to what the experience would be like if they did decide to hire you guys to make a move, and of course, to transport their cars. So, again, I cannot wait to refer you to my next clients, and so you can help them transport their vehicles and all their personal items to make their experience wonderful. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, Matt, thank you. I'm looking forward to our next topic. Please stay tuned, everybody. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can watch more fun videos like we are recording right now with Matt. Follow him on social, follow his website, Liberty Moving Storage, with United Van Lines, the most reputable company with a lot of great reviews. Please follow Olga and Matt on our websites, Liberty Mutual, Liberty Moving Company, and United Van Lines, and Olga Zakinova. Please follow me on YouTube and all my social platforms. Thank you for watching.